spring was shy this year. But when it arrived, it was absolutely worth the wait. And it was a different kind of spring, as I'm sure it was for many of you as well. Spring is usually a time of bursting forth and newness and celebration, and this year it was more of a time of reflection, really a going inward, a different kind of rebirth, maybe. And it was a season of softer, quieter witching. So less time on the astral, more time in the kitchen, less flitting around and more meditating on the details. So definitely a deeply contemplative time. And in that time, I thought about you a lot. I thought about this channel, what it was, why I started it, what it might be in the future. And long, rambly story short, I realized that I'd gotten hung up on a lot of dumb rules. There are lots of loud voices that assure you about what you need to do with your channel, what it should and shouldn't look like. And I felt this really sort of crushing pressure to either produce all the time or to only show up if I had a revelation to unveil, and that it had to be perfect and provide value. And then I started to resist producing anything at all, which is no fun. I allowed the joy in making videos to be sucked out of me by rules I didn't want to follow. I'm an artist. I'm a witch. I'm a life sharer and a beauty seeker. And what I want to do is share my love of magic, of art, of nature, and the beauty of the pagan life, and celebrate it with you. And hopefully inspire and help make more magic grow in your life and maybe even in the world. So I'm really looking forward to sharing with you more often and sharing imperfectly. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about us, moon babies. Ooh, okay. So I wanted to show you this silly thing that I'm excited about. So the day before lockdown, we moved this couch outside to take to a charity shop. And then it proceeded to pour for 3 days. And we had no access to a way to move this couch. So I decided to play a game with everything in the house that I couldn't throw anything away. I had to figure out how to create something with it. And I had been joking with my honey that I was going to make this couch into a planter because I was on sort of a planter making tear. And thus, the couch garden saga began. So everything that was compostable, which was actually a fair amount of the couch, went into the compost bin. And I kept as much of the fabric and burlap as possible for another garden project. And I have to admit that despite being really cold and really soggy, this was possibly the most cathartic thing I'd done in years. So once it was stripped bare, we waited for a few weeks, and then it's a garden. I love this silly couch. The birds love it. The plants love it. I cannot wait for all of this nasturtium to begin blooming. The shapes of the springs are interesting to me. The textures are interesting to me. The shadows, all of it makes me happy. And I love that it came from a silly experiment, and now it's one of my favorite things in the garden. And I cannot wait for the blossoms to come out. So inside, the Art Magic Studio has been busy too. And right now, I'm really into creating statuary out of junk that I've scavenged from the recycling bin. And we're currently doing an entire month of trashy art witchery on Patreon, and we are having tons of fun with it. And when I haven't been art witching or tearing up old sofas, I've been taking time to leave the city and get to know the woods, to go meet caves, talk to orchids, watch birds, look for signs of the changing season. And I found that it's really difficult to be lonely in the woods. It feels so good to be reminded of the generosity of nature, to be given so many gifts, to feel all of the presences that are there with you. And it just feels good to be uplifted by dirt smells, by the cool rocks, by fresh air. And I want to send you a breeze of fresh air, Moon Baby. I hope that you can feel it. And I hope that this little vlog finds you well. And I want to thank you so much for watching, Moon Babies. And until we speak again, witch on, witch boldly, and be well. Bye-bye.